Welcome back to our mini lessons series within our giant Math Lab course creation series. This takes us to April 14th and 15th. Before we proceed, this is a reminder to pause the video as often as you need in order to create, populate, and link your mini lessons with us. Mini lesson 14 takes us into the operations and algebraic thinking domain. You can see we abbreviated it and changed the color scheme as another reminder that we jumped into a new domain. This lesson is designed to be an intro into solving equations. The way that I teach this is through a lot of humor, and maybe I'll post a video of exactly how I teach this at some point in the future. For now, I'm going to go over a more tamed method. So we draw a seesaw on the board. You tell the class that we are going to assume everyone in the class is the same height and weight. I draw a stick figure of one of my students standing on one side of the seesaw. The crude drawing is that of a seesaw still balanced. I ask them what would happen to the seesaw. They can verbally tell me, but I encourage them to hold out their arms, showing me which way it will tilt. There are some students that will get this wrong and need to slow their thinking down. I then have another stick figure student jump on the opposite side, asking them what would happen. They show me with their arms that it would rebalance. I continue to do this with other stick figure students, doing handstands and funny poses to drive the point home. We can add bricks being piled on and taken from each side to continue to push the conceptual understanding. At some point, I ask them if they know what the middle piece on the seesaw is called, just as a teachable moment and to make a connection later. It is rare, but every couple years I do get a student that answers it to be a fulcrum. I eventually transition into solving simple equations. I get them to connect the fulcrum for the seesaw to an equal sign within an equation. Sometimes we even discuss the difference between an equation and an expression. As we're going through the equations, we constantly reiterate, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. And that was something that we would talk about as we were building the seesaw, the scenarios on top of the seesaw. So these examples usually take us through the end of the period. The musical focus and the fun introduction eat up a lot of time, but it's very worthwhile for them to make the connection rather than just be taught how to do it. The other video and links are extras if you move quickly, but are almost always not needed. In fact, I've never needed to use any of these extras. Just the demonstration and doing a few examples in addition to the musical focus really does take you through the entire period. So let's link this. In fact, let's stop here since that particular mini lesson needed an extra long explanation. So we'll pick up with mini lesson 15 in the next video.